There's a balance. I'm hired to do a job, and just like painting a house. And I'm not saying this with apathy. I'm saying this just from experience. And if you can embrace this in the right way, you can maintain your artistry throughout the process. If not, you're going to be so caught up in being upset and angered by the fact that someone not musical like yourself has more control over the end result of how your music is presented than you, and they can mutate your music in a way that's not cool, and they can also change your music so it hits cuts the way you would not want it to, especially if they're trying to match a temp cue, and you have no control over it. I just don't deal with that. I have zero tolerance for it. I don't treat people in that way, and I don't want anyone even working with me to treat another person working with me that way. I just won't tolerate it. When that stuff goes on, it starts at the top. Again, you're going to spend a whole chunk of your life in this, and you got to think about what your life means to you. Of course, the hard work is going to eat up a lot of everything else you do. I was talking to John Ottman yesterday about, when he's on a picture and he's editing and composing. It's like I basically have zero life when I do that, and it affects you, as a person. So you just have to think about the people you're investing your time with, whether it is the director of a movie or it is the team you work with. And then also being a team member. Team member means you're not the boss. But if you work with the right people, they will greatly respect and appreciate you as an individual as well as your talent. All of us are expendable. If I didn't do Guardians of the Galaxy, there are 100 other guys in town who would probably do a nice job on it, I'm sure. But for me personally, I'm looking for chemistry, and you want to think about the energy you bring into a room when people meet you. I wouldn't be overzealous to say, I do this, this, and this, and this. You just have to be ready to say, I can take care of anything you need. And if there's anything that I'm not well versed in, I'll figure it out and handle it. You just think about it, and then think about, okay, if I'm going to be part of a group of people, a team, what kind of energy do I bring, and can I enjoy being part of a collaborative team? Is my ego okay with that? But don't go in with if you can't answer honestly to yourself that you're cool with it, you're not going to be successful. You're just going to end up causing trouble, and you're going to get sacked. And if, you're going to feel underappreciated sometimes, because when the pressure's on, it is not always please and thank you. It's just like, this needs to be done, this needs to be done, this needs to be done. Some degree of independence in my life. I don't have to be rich. I just want to be able to do music for the rest of my life and still love it. Because you can lose that thing that is magical, that made you want to pursue a life of music very easily by getting caught up with your agent feeding you this and that, putting you here and here, doing all the press and all this horseshit. And one day waking up with a completely vapid career with a scroll of credits, but none of it really meant anything. It's like seeing the world with blinders on. What's the point? So I think that, one of the things that I'm aspiring to is to have a little bit more creative freedom and create something that exists outside of film, television, games, all that kind of thing that gets me excited, because I'm always trying to preserve that kid in myself. That's how I look at the music. I'm very excited about the possibilities of music. It's once you get